Right, my friends, quick video for you today because I am here at Heathrow Airport long stay car parking. I've got this here, which is the Porsche Taycan all-electric car. If you're a regular to the channel, you will know, yes, I've had this EV now for a year, and I think, well, it doesn't really make sense, does it? And today I'm going to show you why, because I've landed right back from New York here in London, and now I'm faced with a bit of a dilemma because the car is not fully charged, because I drove it down, I charged it up before I left home, I had to get down here, I didn't have a chance to charge it up on the way down, which means I've got to charge it on the way back towards to Mansfield, Nottinghamshire. Now, that really winds me up because it's going to add, what, an hour onto my journey? Maybe more, because I've got to go and charge it up in a service station somewhere, which means I have to go and get a coffee, etc., whatever, and wait along for it, when really all I want to do is get home, because I've literally just took a red eye. Anyway, we're going to go and see what mileage I've got left in the car, how long it's going to take to charge, and also how much it's going to cost me. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Go on, do it now, and hit that little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, okay, so we've got 146 miles to get back to Mansfield in Nottinghamshire. It's going to take 2 hours and 39 minutes. Now, I've got 44% of battery left. Now, wait for this, 122 miles of range. However, I haven't got that because I've turned the AC off so that you can hear me. If I switch it back on again, it goes down to 113 miles of range. So I've got 113 miles of range. So I am going to have to charge up along the way. The interesting thing is, when I left the car here, I'd got more than 44%. I think I've got about 48%. So it's lost some charge in the 2 to 3 weeks that I've actually been away. So that's fairly interesting. I presume it's because of all the security things on it, etc., the alarm systems and stuff like that. So anyway, let's hit the road. Let's try and make it as quickly as possible without any without any issues. We'll try and make it as easy as possible. I'm hoping it doesn't take that long. I don't need to charge it fully. I just need enough charge to get home. But the question is, how much extra is this going to add onto my journey compared to a petrol or a diesel car? I mean, a diesel car would have probably got me down here and back without even filling up. Anyway, come on, onwards. Right, okay, so we've got 42% of battery, 105 miles of range, and we've also got 141 miles left to go back home. So as soon as I can find somewhere to charge, I just want to get on the M1 first. I'll probably find somewhere on there to charge on the M1 and then see how long that takes. But as you can see, when you get back off of a holiday, off of a flight, and you've got an electric car, the last thing that you want to be doing now is thinking, all right, well, I've got to charge up, whatever. Yes, I probably would stop for a coffee just for like 5-10 minutes, fill up with diesel. If I needed to, diesel would probably get me down here and back, down and back again, which is crazy. The insane thing is at the moment, because I read a lot about electric cars, and I've said before, I love my electric car. I love the way it drives. It's fantastic. And if you can charge it at home, then, you know, it is cheaper at the moment. Because the interesting thing that I've heard on the news the other day is they're talking about bringing in charge per mile for electric cars, because obviously they want to tax them. So the idea will be that you get charged per every mile that you drive in your electric car, which is not going to make it that cheap, is it? It's going to make it more expensive. In fact, it's probably going to stop a lot of people from driving altogether. Now that's controversial. Anyway, I could do with a coffee, so we'll hit the road. M25, bit of a nightmare, but I tell you what, I am so glad to be back in the UK. I absolutely love this this country. I did see on the news though, it said heatwave blasts the UK. Typical media, exaggerating again. It's not really that warm and it's drizzling. It might burn off though, I guess, but I mean, heatwave. Don't the UK media exaggerate when it's like a bit of snow, blizzards, like a bit of sunshine, heatwave, droughts. Typical media. Anyway, come on, onwards. I've got to tell you, the amount of electric cars now, EVs, that are on the road is increasing alarmingly compared to a few months ago. You've got Nissans, you've got Ioniqs, you've got Teslas. Of course you've got Teslas. I mean, they're in a different league, aren't they? Teslas. They're in their own little club, aren't they? If you've got a Tesla. Anyway, have you seen, by the way, Teslas, the amount of gaps that there are between? They're put together terrible, aren't they? I mean, it's like something, it's like a Lego set. Anyway, the amount of electric cars is increasing alarmingly, and I tell you, I've just been away to the States, where I've just come back from. Came back from New York, but while I was over there, I was in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles, my word, you'll find it. You'll be hard pressed to find a diesel or a petrol car there, because they're all tofu eating vegans over in Los Angeles who like to drive their EVs and stuff. It's crazy, absolutely unbelievable. And it's like here now as well. I mean, London, you've literally got to drive an EV, otherwise you pay all your extra charges, your emission zone charges, etc. Of course, unless you're, of course, the Mayor of London, who drives around in a whacking great Range Rover, gas-guzzling Range Rover. But he's all right, because it's a case of do as I say and not do as I do, isn't it? There you go. Anyway, well, less said about that. What my dad would have said, prat the better. Anyway, I mean, I'm not saying that. He might be a very nice guy. I'm staying neutral. Anyway, we've got 37% of battery, 90 miles left, and 131 miles to go. So what we need to do now is find somewhere to charge up, have a coffee. Hopefully it won't take too long, and then get back to Mansfield. I mean, the thing is, I guess a lot of EV owners now will say, ah yes, but battery range is getting better, etc. And there is a Tesla, I believe, that does. Pop it in the comment section down below. I don't know all the specs on Teslas. 500 miles is it? So I probably would have done it in a Tesla. And the new Porsche that's coming out, I believe that's got a higher range as well. So the range is increasing, but it's also got the infrastructure has also got to increase, as well as the range as well, I guess. But as a lot of people keep saying, many journeys are just within, what is it, 20 odd miles of your home or whatever. But there you go, my journeys are a little bit longer than that. But there we go. Anyway, we could talk about this all day. You know, I mean, batteries are supposed to be better for the environment, aren't they, EVs? But then there's the argument, are they? I'm not going to go into that today. I'm not bothered. I just want to get my car charged up and then get to where I am going. So it's cheap as possible as well. Another one there, the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo. I'm not keen on them. They look like a wardrobe on wheels. Anyway, I wouldn't say no though. Come on, onwards. Right, so I'm on the M1 now, and I was going to make a stop and charge up pretty much straight away. However, because we've got this British heat wave, that the British press says. It's raining. And I don't want to charge my car up while it's raining, because as we know, if you've watched videos before, there's no roofs or balconies over the top of the charging points, so I'd get wet through. So I think I'm going to wait for a while. I've got 75 miles of range left, 31% of battery, 117 miles left to go. So I'm going to hope that this heat wave that the British media says is with us comes out and we get sunshine, and then I can go and charge my car up. By the way, here's a thing. I was reading through the news the other day, and I saw these these climate control activists, fools, as my mum would have said. Not activists, fools. She'd have said they're fools. That's what they are, fools, bloody fools. They were gluing themselves to the road, right? They was super gluing themselves to the road. I mean, honestly, how many brain cells have these people got? And they look ill. They look like they need a good meal, don't they? They're pasty white, straw hair, really thin. You know, the nails are all fraying. They need. I tell you what I'd get. Do you know what? Super glue yourself to the road, and I'm going to force feed you some rare meat, some rare steak. That'd stop them, wouldn't it? Hey, I'm not saying that you should do that, by the way. But I tell you what got me, what really blew my mind was the British police force said, if there's anything that we can do for you, let us know. Just let us know. We don't want you wanting for anything. If you need water and then if you look, unbelievable. I mean, what's up? My dad was a police officer years ago, and he used to say, it was many years ago, and he used to say that go up to people, give them a good slap round the head. That was it. Move on. Slap round the head. You can't do anything like that now. The German police, however, how they dealt with their fools, they literally grabbed hold of them, dragged them off to the side of the road, handcuffed them, and then the people that had actually superglued themselves to the road, they was cutting part of the road out, gave them the bill for it. So how come our police force can't do that? What is the matter with you? And then there was somebody who moved one of these fools out of the way, right? And the police officer arrested the guy moving the fool out of the way. It beggars belief, honestly. The world has gone absolutely nuts. Honestly, if my mum and dad was back here now, they'd be in shock. I think they'd actually say, I'm all right, just let me go again, because it's gone crackers, hasn't it? We've got Mayor of London saying that you've got to drive electric cars, and then he's still driving a gas guzzling car. Why is that? Pop it in the comment section down below. He should practice what he preaches and get himself an electric car and get rid of all his gas cars, if that's his belief. It's just a matter of doing as we're told, isn't it? It's absolutely crackers. Anyway, 30% battery, 72 miles. Come on, sunshine, Mr. Blue Sky. Now this is where I'm nipping buttons off the seat, as my dad used to say, because 52 miles of range, I could pull over here and charge up at Newport Pagnell services. However, it's still raining and I don't want to get wet through, so I'm thinking just try the next one. It might dry up in a bit. I don't want to be stood outside getting drenched. I haven't got my coat with me. I just want to. So I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna risk it, try to get to Northampton and maybe do it there, and hopefully the rain's baited by then and I can charge up. Services are fairly busy there as well. 20% left, 51 miles of range, 88 miles to my destination. So and then I'm hoping as well, when I get to charge up, that nobody's on the chargers, because I don't want to have to wait around. I want to get back home and go to bed, because, you know, it's been a long flight. in that aeroplane that uses fuel that isn't bad for the environment, obviously, because I mean it's only car fuel that's bad for the environment. Aeroplane fuel's fine, isn't it? It's obvious. Nobody's bothered about that. Right, well, I'm gonna pull over at Northampton services because I've got 16% battery left, 38 miles of range. In fact, it's just said please check range, so I'm gonna try and charge up here. So hopefully it's one of them. Oh, it's not one of them services where you have to get off, go round a roundabout, come back on yourself, go up a side road. Hopefully not. Anyway, we just got to go for it. There's also a McDonald's, a Costa, a grid serve there, so and a Leon and a Spa, so we can have a coffee while we're there, charge up. Fingers crossed that nobody's on it. It is still raining, so we are going to get a little bit wet, because why don't they put canopies on? I mean, it's electric. You'd think, oh, electric, water, electric, we'll put a canopy on there. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's go and get charged up, see how much it is. I don't think it'll actually tell you on GridServe, but you can work it out per kilowatt or whatever, and you can pop it in the comment section down below, because you have to kind of guess unless you've got the app, which I haven't. I'm not having numerous apps for different charging points. Right, here we go. Services, hang on, that's A43, I don't want that. Here we go, services. Right, let's go and put some charge in this milk float. Right, now it's time to play the game of where's the charger? Where's the charge point? Ah, here we go. There it is. Fingers crossed that it's working. There is somebody in one of them. Have I got another one spare? No, there's only one available on that one, and they're using the one that I want, and they've only just pulled in. Right, great. There we go, just one charger. That's it. Really? Right, well, it's 9:15. The only issue I've got here is how long he's going to be, and then also I only get 2 hours in here before you get £150 fine. So is it worth me waiting? I've only got what have I got now left? 15% left, 37 miles left, so I guess I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait because, so anyway, 9:15, and then we'll wait for this guy to charge, and then I'll plug it. I bet you did. Find me somewhere to charge then. Right, anyway, we'll just wait for him. So stop listening to me. 9:15. Okay, right, we'll just go and grab a coffee, and then we'll charge up and grab another coffee and then wait for it to charge. Right, so I've got myself a Costa coffee, Krispy Kreme. The guy's still charging up, and it's now past. This is not what you want when you get off of a flight. I just want to get home. I want to get charged and get home. See, if I'd got a diesel or a petrol, I'd be on the motorway and be on my way home, wouldn't I? This is just absolutely pathetic. The idea of electric cars is pathetic when you've just got one charger like this. The infrastructure isn't there, it's ridiculous. I'm going to drink my coffee and then I'm going to wait, but time's ticking. I've only got 2 hours in here. You know, the daft thing is as well, I'm just looking at the lady and the gentleman in the car next door, and she's stuffing her face with a donut and a coffee, and so's he. How much money do these places make from EV owners? Absolutely crazy. I don't know. Right, well, it's now 9:32, so if he doesn't hurry up, then I'm literally only going to be able to get, well, hopefully I'll get enough charging to get back home, and then I can just plug it in at home overnight. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. I'm getting tired now. I've done a red-eye flight, and I just want to get home. You know, it's crazy. It's dangerous. EVs are dangerous. Anyway, I'll eat my Krispy Kreme, and then hopefully they'll move soon and not buy any more donuts. Right, it's 9:42 now. This is the most pathetic, stupid idea ever. I can't believe it. The guy's now charging up to 100%, which you're not supposed to do. You're only supposed to charge up to 80. Now I'm losing my temper because I'm thinking, just get off now and go and let me put some charge in my car. But no, he's charging it to 100%. So I'm sat here waiting. It's now 9:43. I've been and asked him how long he's going to be. Probably another half an hour. That leaves me an hour to charge, or maybe 55 minutes, because I've got to get out of this car park so I don't get a £150 fine. Who on earth, if you're watching, you government leaders, are you stupid, or do you think we're stupid? I mean, I must be stupid. I'm sat in a car park in a service station waiting to charge this overgrown milk float, and I just want to go home. I'm getting stressed out. I could have a bloody heart attack. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's pathetic. Stupid, pathetic, daft idea. Jeez. And breathe. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. They're now, both of them, chomping down on a bloody ice cream now. I mean, good grief. Just, it's at 92% your car is, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, my stress levels are going up. I just want to charge my car and go home. Right, so I've just plugged it in now. It's preparing to charge. There's a guy pulling up who wants to use the other charger, so that's going to drop the wattage down a bit. So mine's going to take even longer to charge. This prat here has just charged us up to 100% when there's only one charger. That shouldn't be allowed. Be respectful for other people charging. 15% charged. It's 65 pence per kilowatt. 65p per kilowatt. I'm going to sit back in the car, have my coffee. Can't believe they were having a picnic. Ice cream, bloody donuts. They didn't look like they needed any food. I'm getting annoyed now. Right, so I'm back in the car now. I'm all et up. Crikey, my stress levels have gone up. This gentleman here says, do you mind if I dual charge mine? Because he's got a different connector. I said, just go for it, do whatever you need to do. He says, I've got to get back to pick the kids up from school at lunchtime. So I said, well, just go for it. But this is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who on earth thought of this idea? I've got pain in my arm now. I'm going to end up dying of stress. Right, well, I'm at 37% now. I've got 93 miles of range left. The gentleman in the car next to me has gone to sleep for a bit. I think I'm going to try and risk it because what time are we on now? 10:30 now. So I need to get out of here, really. I've had enough. Can't wait any longer. Hopefully I've got enough charge to get me home. If not, I'll have to stop again, but this is absolutely ridiculous. This is charge rage. Anyway, let's go and unplug this thing and get out of here. I don't even know how much it's cost me, so you can work it out in the comment section down below with how much it was per kilowatt. Right, so what have we got now? 37%, 93 miles of range. So let's just get out of here. I've got a headache. I feel stressed out. I'm looking at the petrol station over there with people going in and coming out. How many miles is it back to Nottingham? 76 miles back to Nottingham, back to Mansfield. Hopefully that will give us enough to get back. Let's try and get out of here and get back on the M1, and I'll keep you updated. But I've never experienced that before. You know, when people have said to me, don't let me out then, when people have said to me, don't charge past 80%, and I've said, okay, I'm trying to get out. Now you're walking behind my car. What's the matter with people? The rage inside me today, the stress. Hang on a minute. Now the BMW, let me get out. I'm going the wrong way here. No, I'm not, I'm all right. Now the BMW who came in earlier on, he's now going into my space. He's gonna be, is he, or is he coming here? No, he's coming, that's a VW. He's coming out. Honestly, let's just get out of here and get on the road. But EV charge rage, people have said to me before, don't charge past 80%. Now I know what they mean. I wanted to get out of the space. You've got enough charge in your car. Sat there eating donuts. Oh, right, let's get back on the M1. Oh dear, good grief. Right, come on, onwards. It's comical, isn't it? You've got to laugh, because you've got your government officials saying this is the future. I mean, where's the brains? You go the right way here. M1, that's it. Right, come on, onwards. Oh, do you know, it's comical, isn't it? That guy was asleep in his car. Now, you imagine we've got a workforce on the road and we've got to get around doing jobs. We've got to go from place to place. And yet, you're going to have to pay the workforce to sleep in the car while they're charging the car up. It's beyond a joke. I don't see the logic behind these things. It's just stupidity. And my mum used to, I always talk about my mum and dad because they were a massive part of my life. And my mum and dad used to say, you know, driving should be fun. That's the whole thing about driving. It should be enjoyable as well as getting you from A to B. But the powers that be have just taken every bit of enjoyment out of it. It's just absolute madness. That's literally tightened my chest up and it just made me feel really stressed out. I mean, how long there's going to be rage between EV drivers, I tell you. I literally was getting so, and it's not like me, I was getting so annoyed. I wanted to hammer on his window and say, get out of the space. It's not a bloody picnic area. They were sat there having a picnic, shoving the faces, filling the faces, and they'd gone past 80%. I mean, it's only a matter of time before somebody throttles somebody, isn't it? It's crazy. Oh, it's fine though, isn't it? Because you've got people like the Mayor of London in their armour-plated, gas-guzzling cars. Oh dear. I just want to get back now. I mean, it's now 10:30. I could have been home. I could have been home and in bed. But there you go. Right, so just gone past Leicester Forest East services back there, and all the charging points are still out of order. So if you do come up the M1 or down the M1, don't go and try and charge your car at Leicester Forest, because they're out of order, and the reason being is because their grid can't handle it. So there you go. Fantastic that, isn't it? It's brilliant. But hey, they've got petrol stations there, of course, and you can go and fill up with fuel, but you just can't charge your car. Yet we're told we have to have an electric car. Now, if you are new to the channel and you've just dropped in on this channel and you're thinking, oh, well, I was going to buy an electric car, here's a word of advice. If you're thinking of going on long journeys, don't. But you know, you'll probably do it anyway. We all will do, because we're told by the powers that be you've got to have an electric car. So, oh, well, I'll buy an electric car, we'll do what they tell us. And that's what we do, because we're like sheep, lemmings, and we have to do what we're told. We all do what we're told. Absolutely ridiculous. But they'll carry on driving their petrol cars and gas guzzling cars while we do as we're told, like good little children. Anyway, what have we got? 38 miles to go, and I've got 48 miles of range. And then what I've got to do is charge my car for about 12 to 14 hours, so I won't be able to use it until then, and then it'll be charged up again overnight. So there we go. Anyway, come on. Right, so please check range has come back on now. 35 miles of range left, 24 miles back to base. I also want to try and drop off at Greg's and get myself a little baguette. Hopefully I've got enough range to do that, otherwise I'll have to go without lunch. I should be okay. It's pushing it. In about another 10 miles the car will go into limp mode, so it won't go very fast. I mean, that's ironic, isn't it? A Porsche going into limp mode, so I'll be strolling along while everybody else is passing me. But there you go, it does that to preserve battery. So what it does is it just turns off the air conditioning, lowers that down, lowers the actual power that you can put into the car as well, and basically just goes into low power mode, a little bit like your phone. But we should be all right, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Right, well, the gap is closing because I've got 16 miles of range left, 10 miles to get back to my destination, but the gap keeps closing, so hopefully I'll make it. It's now gone on limp mode, so I'm on the inside lane, trundling along in a Porsche. It's ironic, isn't it, being overtaken by Citroen Xantis or Picassos, and yeah, it's great. It's doing, whoa, what's going on here? It's doing really good. Oh, that's took my range down a little bit more. There we go. Okay, 15 miles of range, 10 miles now, 9.8 miles, sorry, 9.8 miles to my destination. Right, well, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully I'll still be able to get to Greg's as well. Otherwise I'll park the car up, charge it, and walk half a mile to Greg's while my car's charging. Right, slightly worried now, as I've had a message saying please charge battery immediately, and my car's gone even slower now. I've got 12 miles of range left, 5% battery, and I've got 11 miles to get back, so that leaves 1 mile in range. And I wanted to get a Greg's to pick myself a sandwich up. Dare I do that? That is the question. It's now I am, as my dad used to say, nipping buttons off the seat. Oh dear, yeah, this is really close. In fact, I can see on my Porsche map there, it tells you the range you've got, and there's a little home symbol, which is where my home charger is, and it's literally just on the edge of it. So will we make it or not? Well, if we don't, it'll make it for a more exciting video, won't it? Oh dear, there we go. Electric cars, the future of motoring. Right, this is like trying to ride on the back of a lethargic sea lion now. It's like very, very unresponsive. 9 miles left, 4% of battery. I'm going to risk it and go to Greg's to get myself some lunch. Hopefully that should get me back then, fingers crossed. I've turned the air conditioning off, I've turned everything off that I possibly can. And we'll just go with luck, I suppose. And hope for the best. I mean, it's crackers really, isn't it? There's just no go in the car now, but at least I can charge it up then for heaven knows how many hours. Well, I'll let you know. I'll plug it in. It's not the fastest of chargers at home, but it should be charged by tomorrow morning. Right, well, ironic, isn't it? Because my GoPro battery ran out and my iPhone 14 Pro Max battery ran out, so I'm recording on my iPhone mini here. So I've got 2% battery left, 3 miles range. I'm back at base. I'm going to charge it up now and then see how long it takes. It's now 10 past 12, 10 past midday, and I could have been home ages ago if I'd have got a diesel car. Let's go and plug this in. Right, so there you go. It will be charged at 1:23 AM tomorrow morning. So what's that, about 13 hours time? So anyway, that's the end of the journey. What a complete nightmare that was. If that does not prove to you once more that electric cars and EVs are not the future, then I don't know what does. But I'm sure somebody's got an answer somewhere, probably a Tesla owner who will say, should have got a Tesla or whatever. Well, I can tell you what, you can take your chamfered Tesla, which is a suppository shaped kind of car, and stick it right up your
Arsenal. That might be me being very negative.